Next, I ask to Andrea Sasso, and that is Chairman and CEO of Dexelance, and Mariella Moretti, who is Corporate Development Manager and Investor Relation, to judge the state, and from food to design.
Thank you, Alessandra. Good morning, everyone. And thank you to the entire team of Tambur Investment Partner for inviting us today. We really appreciate it. I'd like to launch a small and brief videos that will give you a brief introduction about who is Dexelance, please.
Welcome to our world. We are firm believers in the transformative forces of design. We are dedicated to curating and showcasing the finest Italian and international brands, which epitomize the pinnacle of craftsmanship and style. We create specialized poles of brilliance with a cohesive team of more than 800 people, integrating 14 distinguished brands and 11 companies, routed on our shared values. Our commitment to excellence is reflected in our selection process, where we meticulously choose companies that exemplify a harmonious blend of elegance, innovation, and timeless beauty. Our mission is to inspire and enrich the lives of our customers by infusing the essence of refined living into everyday experiences, ensuring that at the core of everything we offer lies the art of crafting design for excellence.
Grazie, thank you. So, as you have seen and heard from our institutional videos, you understand that Dexelance, okay. Dexelance is a distinctive platform in the design sectors. I mean, from 2015 till now, we have 11 companies, 14 brands, 800 people. We arrived last year to a sales about 310 million euro, that it was our ever record sales. By the way, there are many kind of different industrial platform in the sector. Why we are different? And then I'd like to go to page 3 to show you why we are different from other forms of aggregation. Mainly for two reasons. First is that we are an industrial and a strategic project with a very long-term vision. And this is very important, and we strengthen also this long-term vision. Being listed last year in 2023 with the contemporary entry of Tambur Investment Partner, strengthening our credibility to be a long term, with the having also TIP helping us, supporting us from a financial strategical point of view. This really permits us to be very attractive, not only from new partners coming in our pool, but also to attract talents. And believe me, to be listed on the stock exchange really give you a fantastic opportunity to have talents. We have 11 companies in the province, in the middle of nowhere of Italy, so to strengthen the organization there is more important to have the excellence beyond their shoulders, and also, to attract talent. On the second, message very important is we are different because we are focused to keep, to maintain, and to preserve the DNA and values of the original families. So, out of 11 companies we have, still in 9 companies we have the original entrepreneur, at the helm of the company. This permits us to help him and the full organization to do exactly, to have a common objective, to accelerate in the growth. So we are operating in the industrial corporate as consultant in order to help them in all the things that they don't like to do or they don't want to do. And this is very important, we'll see later on. Then, going to see the market where we are operating, Bain defined our market as core high-end design furnishing market. So the high price positioning, there is the excellency. As you see here, this is a very resilient market. In the last 20 years, this market was growing with a rate of 4-5%, achieving, an entire level of 47-48 billion in 2023. By the way, which is important to underline, is that Italy is a leading country, having 25% of market share. But there is a but. There is not one unique company called Italy SPA to have this 25%. But the market is really fragmented in hundreds and thousands of fantastic, nice companies, small companies between 5 and 50 million euro sales. So this is exactly an opportunity for us because we have the possibility, really, to have new partners in the future with excellent brands that we can help in order to increase their market share. I don't want to enter here in all the 11 companies, 14 brands, and so on, just to give you an impression that in our portfolio we have only brands with high-end price positioning and with strong complementarity in function and style. So with a very, very small overlapping. Because when we are choosing company, we are not collectors, of companies, but we choose not only the brands, but above all, the entrepreneur, as to fit with all the other entrepreneurs we have, because trust is the magic word in our team. Then here you can see, our distribution network. Again, we represent a real benchmarking for the entire Korean design furnishing market. So, our sales is 55% of retails, for example, and 45% in contract. Italy, from a geographical point of view, is the #1 market with 26%, but we have also US with 21%. From a channel point of view, from a strategic business point of view, 45% is the furniture, and then 27% is luxury contract, lighting 10% to serve the contract, and so on. Which is important to underline is our distribution network. 9 directly operated stores, 45 monobrands, but managing and operating by different retail partners, and which is important is to have 4,500 retail partners. This is really vital because if you are able to increase, as we have done in the last 4 years, at least 1% of each single shop that is managing to buy 2 or more brands of our company, we have really a boost of our sales. Then, you have seen that the market was growing in the last 20 years with a path of 5%. From the single moment that each single company is entering in our system, in our partnership, we are able to accelerate their organic growth to the double of the average growth of the market. So 10% is the average from 2015 till now, that it was the date when we were born. On the other side, we are acquiring company, or better, we have partnership with our companies. And then we were able to grow to a total compound annual growth rate of 38% from 2015 till now. So somebody define us an M&A machine. I don't like too much because in reality we call, the entrepreneurs that are entering in our companies like partners. We respect them. We want them to the helm of the company. We have done in 2 cases only a succession plan with managers, but preserving the DNA and values, very important in the entrepreneur, above all in the entrepreneur in Italian, where DNA and values sometimes managers are not so able to keep and maintain. On the other hand, it was successful, involving also the original family. This is very important and vital, not only because we are good people, but because in Italy, our entrepreneurs are representing the best testimonial of our successful business model. If we do something that is not correct with them, then no other partners will join us. And these kind of things permit us to be really different from other form of competition and aggregation. Here you see a story of strategic consolidation in the sector. At least each single year we are able to add 1 company. In certain years we have done even 2. And then this is very important because, again, Trust is the magic word. Sometimes when we are doing a strategic 3 years plan, we are obliged to do being listed in the stock exchange, but in reality, the best idea is coming from the entrepreneur when we put them on the same table. For example, we are doing also some meetings with the first line of the entrepreneur, so sales director or supply chain director and so on. And this permits us to have a new idea and to get the famous synergies. Synergies we are able to share, for example, designer, we are able to share area manager, we are able to share international subsidiary and so on. It's not so common, at least in our design sector, but I think also in some other sector. Here you can see that still there are a wide pool of opportunities. Each single dot that you see in this map is representing a real company. So we have already mapped 450 companies, 250 already contacted, 40 are in the target list. And this is only in Italy. So there is a huge opportunity to continue with an M&A successful step. Here you see how we are helping, our entrepreneur, because I said before, what we are doing things that they don't like to do or they don't want to do. So, for example, in the moment that they are entering in our group, for example, typical finance, the majority of our entrepreneurs, they don't like, they like to do products and communication. That is their storytelling. The name of the company sometimes, much often, is the surname, and the name and surname of the family, the original family. So from strategic support to monetization, from knowledge sharing to go to market. For example, for a company of 10 and 40 million euro sales, it's quite difficult to open a subsidiary in China or in US or in UK, as we have done in the last 3 years, for example, because we are able to find the right manager, a manager that are telling no to them, they are coming if there is Dexelance behind the shoulder. From digital transformation to retail management to, structure, for example, the business. This business model is working very well, and from the moment that we were listed in the stock exchange, a lot of meetings we have with very, very high-level brands. There is a good storytelling and word of mouth beyond us, and I repeat, our entrepreneurs are the best testimonial about this. Last slide before to leave the floor to Marella. Here I don't want to enter in the numbers because being listed in the stock exchange, I'm sure that the investor already knows everything about us. Just to say that 2023 was the best year ever, 310 million euro sales, 17% of EBITDA margin, and also, only 40 million of bank debt, which is important to underline that even in 2024, a year of normalization phase of the market, that in reality started also in 2023, because, till 21 and 22, this sector, the design sector, was really benefit from the COVID. I have to tell you, everybody was discovering the house, being in a cage, and then everybody was buying a lot of sofa, chair, and lighting, and so on. This kind of thing is finished a little bit. Normalization phase, it means retail going a little bit down. Having also the project, the world of projects still growing, above all in hospitality, for example. And then it permits us, really, this is the moment to invest in order to nurturing our brands. Nurturing our brands, continuing to invest in visibility, sales network, organizational structure, and so on. Not many of our competitors are doing the same in this moment. They are cutting costs, they are cutting capex. This is not what we want to do. We are investing a lot, don't looking too much to the profitability in order to be in the best position when the market will come again in growing opportunities. So it's time to give the floor to Marella. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Andrea, and good morning, everyone. So, as Andrea just mentioned, the last 9 to 12 months at Dexelance were really focused on initiatives and investments in order to foster the brand's visibility and strengthen their positioning about all the group brands in the existing and new strategic markets. Talking about US, for example, as Andrea mentioned, in the last quarter of 2023, we launched a new subsidiary there with new headquarters in Lexington Avenue. with a local sales team that is helping all the different brands that has been built throughout the months, with a back office team as well that is able to manage import and export sales in order to serve locally an important market such as the US one. Along with the opening of the new headquarters on Lexington Avenue, we also opened up 2 stores on the ground floor of the same building, one dedicated to Meridiani, the other one dedicated to Davide Groppi. But then in May 2024, another furniture company of the group joined the building as well, which was Gervasoni. Gervasoni is another furniture brand that we have and opened up a new space dedicated to both its indoor and outdoor collections at Lexington on the mezzanine floor. And I can tell you that we are also working on opening of another floor that will be dedicated to 3 more brands of the group that will be probably open by the end of the year. So we will need to find a space for our local sales team once again that will be needed to be moved upstairs another time. So definitely US is a key strategic market for Dexelance, not only because of the size of the domestic market, which is of course huge, but it's also because it's a very important window and place to be for the international specification of projects and community of interior designers, architects and lighting designers. So we're really targeting to have a strong and solid distribution network in the area, on top of the business that we are already generating there, thanks to the projects of 2 important companies of the group, Cenacchi and Modar, that produce luxury contract projects, so custom furnishing already in the area. So talking about commercial and marketing activities to support our brand's awareness and visibility, of course, I think that all of you know what Salone del Mobile is. It's a very important trade fair for the industry, a reference and a benchmark, international benchmark for the design industry, not only because of the number of participating companies, but also for the very wide population of visitors that we always have from both private people and professionals. This year, the number of visitors increased sensibly again, and we are proud to say that Dexelance has been the only Italian design group participating with 7 brands at the trade fair. So we were there with all the 6 furniture brands that we have, and also with Binova, which is our kitchen brand that recently joined in 2022. And this was particularly important for Binova because the kitchen world doesn't have the opportunity to participate to Salone del Mobile every year, like furniture, but they have a biannual participation. So due to COVID, Binova was not able to participate to the fair until since 2018. So it was very important for them to be there. A lot of traffic at the stand, a lot of success, and we're really happy that we managed to bring all of them there. On top of the participation at the trade fair, all the brands, also lighting, that were not allowed to participate to Salone this year, but will be next year, had a lot of initiatives taking part to the urban circuit of Salone del Mobile, which is Fuori Salone. For example, Davide Groppi took the chance of the fair to launch and open up a new store in Milan. That they already had a space in Milan, but this is a new one in Via Manzoni. It's wider, it's more central, and it gives the opportunity to really experience the light and the DNA of the brand, which is very peculiar in the industry. And the opening was also the occasion to showcase the second art masterpiece of the Dexelance for Art initiative and collection, which was Concetto Spaziale by Lucio Fontana, that was displayed at the opening and is still displayed at the showroom at Via Manzoni. On the same week, Meridiani had a special event fully dedicated to the newly launched René M chair, that for the occasion, there was this installation realized with 3 pieces with a triple size with respect to the usual one, and completely covered with this special fabric branded with the company's logo. And the installation was conceived to be very social friendly and high catchy, and in fact it created a lot of traffic on the company's social medias, a lot of posts, a lot of stories for people just passing by and taking a picture on the sofa, on the chair. So it was really a success as well. During this important week, we also had Gervasoni taking the opportunity to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Ghost collection, which is probably its most iconic collection, 20 years of age, but still in the top 3 selling collections of the company. And with this installation, it was really high-catching and some sort of provocative in order to show the highest level of configurations and customization options the collection has. I'm about to finish. Just saying that there's not only Salone del Mobile, there are many opportunities abroad also to increase visibility of the brands all around the world, like 3 days of design in Copenhagen, and we were there in June with 2 more furniture brands, Meridiani and Saba, because the professional community in Northern Europe, also because of the sensitivity they have to design, is very important and crucial for us. So again, we really wished to be there. And lastly, one thing that makes us really proud is that in June there has been an announcement of the Compasso d'Oro Awards. Compasso d'Oro is one of the mostly renowned and recognized international awards in design here, and it's an Italian one. And Davide Groppi has been awarded with the 3rd Compasso d'Oro for the Anima lamp, the 3rd of his life, and the 2nd mention of honor for the FM lamp, which is again a great achievement because there are not that many living designers that can boast so many awards in design like Davide Groppi. So thank you very much for everyone.